Alright guys, something exciting popped up in the circles today. So I noticed as I was looking around making my rounds that the HDO2 manual has appeared. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. You know, what's funny about Fatshark is there are companies that wish they got as much feedback as Fatshark does. They wish that they got as much, user interaction as far as getting information back from the users, the people that are using the hardware, about things they want and things you can do to make your product more valuable to them. There's also been few companies so resistant to some of these things. So because of that, Fatshark has always had, a fairly large modder community, and they've supported a lot of kind of DIY modifications that you can do to enhance your goggles to better suit your needs. It looks like Fatshark has finally taken some of this feedback into consideration, but there are some other places where they've really missed the mark. So let's look at this. As we just start flipping through, because let's just be quick like anybody would, you see it comes with the carrying case, the headset itself, an 18650 battery case, and a lens cleaning cloth. Now, that's pretty typical. That's a pretty typical offering from Fatshark. I do like the 18650 battery cases that they've been including. With that said, since we're on the topic, there's a few shortcomings, and the first is that they are not guarded against reverse polarization. So if you're one of those people like me that's ever put your 18650s in backwards, you will ruin the LED output. The unit will still charge, it will still work, but you won't have any idea how much charge you have left in the unit. That would be really nice. It's a really simple thing to add the polarization protection. I don't know why they skipped those things. The other thing is the balance lead is really a faux balance lead. It can't be used for charging. Now, if you do a modification to that case and add the third negative wire, then you can use the case for balance charging and you don't even have to take the cells out. It would be nice if Fatshark just included those things in the damn build. But I guess there's some other things we need to focus on here. So, when we get down to the headset, the top looks pretty normal. You'll notice that, you see the fan enclosure and all of the typical array of buttons and switches and things. But then you get to the bottom of the unit. Okay, and let's go ahead and zoom in on this. So you have your typical IDP adjusters, but now you actually have a focal length adjustment. So they're trying to do away with the diopter lenses, and we'll see how successful they are at doing it with this. And then last, the big thing that we notice down here is the power button, okay? Now that's also listed as a fan button, not just a power button, but we'll get to that. One thing that's kind of disappointing is that the SD card slot is still placed in the worst possible place you can imagine. So, Fatshark, why is this so hard? There are other companies with similar compact goggles that have put the card slot in a much better place. Like, what the hell? But let's keep going. You have your typical expansion bays. You have your port adapter there, or your power port adapter. 7 to 13 volts, nothing new there. And then this I found interesting. So, even though the power button will turn the unit on and off, you can decide that you don't want to use the power button, and using a jumper pin, you can put the goggles into legacy mode, where they will turn on and off just by plugging in a power pack. But if you want to be able to use the button, you throw the jumper into the other mode, and then you can plug the goggles in you can plug power into the goggles using the barrel connector, and then you can turn the units on and off using the power button. You'll also notice the USB port there. We'll have to see what that's all about. So there's some about your adjustments there. Let's get down here. Head strap, face fit. None of that really looks very different. It looks like a lot of that is exactly the same as it was before. Now, this supports 4.3 and 16.9 through HDMI. Nothing new there. The navigation menu's the same. Now, as I was flipping through here, one of the things that I noticed, and one of the piece of information I've been able to dig up, that again, I just don't understand why they can't seem to get the little things right, is the DVR module. The DVR module, at least in the units that have been circulating, is the same DVR module from the HDOs, which is the same DVR module from all the older Fatshark models. Why can't we get a modern, appropriate, desired DVR? I mean, this is a very small thing. It is a drop in the bucket when you're in this price range. Guys, it should not take this long to get so little. Now, let's take a look at the specifics here. 46-degree field of view, so that is no slouch. That is definitely on the higher end of the field of view of a lot of the goggles that Fatshark has put out. It's not the biggest, but it surely isn't the smallest. Looks like they have increased their IPD from 70 millimeters to 74 millimeters, so hopefully that extra 2 millimeters on either side will help most people. A 1280 by 960 resolution on some half-inch OLED displays, supporting 4.3, 16.9 AV and 16.9 HDMI mode. Pretty standard stuff there. So, you know, those are my thoughts. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, boy, they damn well better be coming in that typical $600 price range, $500 price range, because I don't personally feel like these are bringing a whole lot extra to the table that aren't already there. I just don't understand why it's so hard to get all of the little things into one package. I don't know, Fatshark. Let's see what happens. Be curious to have your guys' thoughts on these. There will be a link to this same manual that we've been looking at down in the description. Thanks, guys. Happy crashing.